Hi, my name is Monica, and today I'm going to be teaching you the 3 hypnobirthing breathing techniques. But before I go into details, I'd like to give you an overview of why a specific type of breathing is so important in life in general. The way I'm about to teach you how to breathe makes it almost nearly impossible for you or for anyone who's breathing this way to feel anxious or stressed or in any way panicky or fearful. And the reason that it's nearly impossible to feel these negative emotions is because this type of breathing causes the release of endorphins. And when we release endorphins into our body, we basically counteract the effects of the stress hormones such as adrenaline. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of belly breathing or yoga breathing, right? So that's where you breathe deeply into your belly, imagining that you're inflating it like a balloon. And as you do that, you take in as much air as possible, usually for a count of 4 or whatever count is appropriate for you. And then maybe you hold it just a little bit at the top. And then as you exhale for twice as long as you had inhaled for. That's kind of the general idea behind belly breathing. So what happens when we do this deep belly breathing is twofold. One, as we lower the diaphragm, we stimulate the vagus nerve. And when we stimulate the vagus nerve in this way, we cause the release of endorphins. And when we release endorphins, as I said a moment ago, we basically make it more difficult for the body to experience the negative effects of the stress hormones, such as adrenaline. In addition to that, when we lower our diaphragm using this belly breathing technique, we expand the lungs. But more importantly, we create more space in the lower lobes of the lungs. Now, the lower lobes of the lungs are bigger and have more air sacs for oxygen exchange than the upper or the middle lobes of the lungs. So what happens when we take that deep belly breath and lower our diaphragm is we allow for more oxygen exchange. And when we allow for more oxygen exchange, we create a more optimum environment for the well-being of our body. In the case of pregnancy, we create more oxygen for our baby, for our uterus, as we're going through the labor process. So every hypnobirthing breathing technique that I'm about to teach you has its foundation in this basic principle, that when we breathe deeply into our abdomen, into our belly, when we lower our diaphragm, when we create more room in the lower lobes of our lungs, we create the opportunity for positive feel-good hormones such as endorphins to flow through our system, and we oxygenate our body so optimally that labor becomes easier. Labor becomes less effortful. Just like doing any kind of athletic activity, you want the optimum amount of oxygen in your body at any given time. The same holds true for labor. So go ahead and click on the other videos here on this page and you'll see what I'm talking about. In the next videos, we're going to cover calm breathing, surge breathing, and birth breathing.